Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, The Wealthy Mindset. It's yours truly, Money Making Mitch. And as usual, guys, this is not financial advice. Please do your own due diligence and research. So as the ES8 test drives begin today, and showrooms will have to be open till 2 a.m. again in the morning, with the amount of demand to test drive them, a lot of you guys are going to say that perhaps Money Making Mitch went to school for business, is a professional analyst. I'm not. All I use is common sense and critical thinking skills. I've said many times, even up until just very recently, perhaps up till yesterday, that if you use history as your teacher, you can make significant money in the stock market, not mathematics, history. And I've said many times that just like with Toyota, America will have to open the door for the Chinese superior technology, the cars to come in. And I've said that only because I understand, excuse me guys, with the rest of the world receiving the superior technology, we're staying here in the Stone Ages, yabba dabba doo, the Flintstone era. So we've managed to sanction ourselves the way we did to Cuba, where Cuba, if you go to Cuba now, you would see their cars are like from the, 30s and 40s or what have you. Well, we're doing it ourselves now. But that will change because they will have to let the Chinese EVs come in, or else we will get left behind. So one of the ways that that could happen, and I've said it before, is NIO will benefit by coming here, by doing partnerships, because our battery swap stations will, we could do partnerships with other car companies. We could do it with the oil industry, like we're doing it with Shell. We can do it with the electrical companies. And guess what happened now? Well, Morgan Stanley analysts says Chinese automakers are expected to expand further into the United States in the next decade, even with the tariffs in place between the world's two largest economies. So he said within the next decade. So that could happen this year, it could happen next year. So some of you might say, well, what if it takes 10 years? What will happen? Well, we will continue to go globally, and NIO will become a profitable company and make hundreds of millions and billions of dollars without even having to step foot in America. Yes, you heard that right. Because NIO is selling not just EVs, we're selling a lifestyle, we're selling chips, we're going to be selling chips, we're going to be selling Skyos, which replaces Linux, we're going to be selling intellectual property, which we're already doing with McLaren, we're selling battery swapping, the future of gas stations, etc., etc. In a note published on Tuesday, yesterday, the analyst noted that 1% of the US market today is already represented by Chinese vehicles. Yes, 1% of the US market, stating that they don't think that that's a high bar when it comes to growth in the following 5 to 10 years, despite no Chinese automaker being directly present in the market. Several vehicles sold in the US are built in the country. It is the case for most vehicles sold by Volvo and Polestar, both brands under the Geely Holding Group. Yes, Volvo and Polestar owned by Geely. Another example is the Buick Envision. Yes, the American car Buick. A 5-seat SUV manufactured exclusively in China by the SAIC GM joint venture. The model is supplied to both the Chinese and North American markets. The firm noted that local manufacturing can spool up faster than distribution for Chinese automakers as structural challenges remain. The brand may have to choose between local dealership agreements or partnerships, which we see NIO already doing in a lot of countries that they're going to now with local dealership agreements, or partnerships with Western legacy automakers. According to Morgan Stanley, joint ventures or cooperative agreements are the best way forward in the US. Excuse me, guys. The analyst further added that they are not aware of a single automotive CEO or CFO who believes that US tariffs will be successful in keeping China product out of US showrooms permanently. Yes, you heard that right. When Ford CEO Jim Farley praises a competitor, saying he aims to make one just as good or better in a few years, you've likely got a winner on your hands, the analyst commented. Farley was on the Everything Electric show late last year, where he commented, adding that he flew one of them from Shanghai to Chicago, and I've been driving it for 6 months now and I don't want to give it up. So imagine if he drove a Neo. They would probably have to pry it out of his dead hands. Despite regulatory and tariff barriers, Chinese automakers are likely to expand in the US at a slow but steady pace, similar to what happened in Europe. Morgan Stanley noted that China's share of the EU new energy vehicle market, which includes both electric vehicles and hybrid models, has climbed rapidly to 12% in that short space of time. According to data released by the end of the second quarter, and despite a slight decline in the overall automotive market, Chinese automakers achieved a record share of 5.7% in European vehicle registration in June across all powertrains, and that's with massive tariffs in place. So like I've always said, guys, mine a speed bump. And this is why when people keep crying and begging for $100 quick share price, I say to you all, this company is going to be $1,000 a share. This is a blue chip company in the making. This is not for instant gratification day traders. I hope you guys found this video yet again to be informational, inspirational, and motivational. If so, guys, don't forget to hit that thumbs up and hype it. It takes a lot of time to do these videos and the editing. And if you haven't yet subscribed, you might want to think about doing so, because in this channel, we are waking up the middle class for the first time to get a major piece of the pie from the ground level up as to how the games are played on Wall Street. And like 50 said, we get rich or we die trying, guys.